Hello, my friends. I'm Carly Myers from 102.1 The Edge. Please put your hands together and welcome to Toronto for the Bandito Tour, Josh and Tyler, 21 Pilots. Do they look cool?
Check. Which one's real?
Just the yellow one.
I feel like this one's not.
I love how we thought that would make us look so cool and called out within seconds.
It
Welcome,
does look
guys.
cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna
More
get this
inclusive.
this thing started with Carling, and Carling has been camped outside since Saturday.
She's exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have a question on my phone. Okay, so since you are on the road a lot for tour, is there any Netflix shows or just like TV shows that you're binge watching on the road?
Good question.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that is a good question.
That is a good
thought
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you an 8.5.
Okay, I'll take it.
Well, tell him. Tell him what you just told me today.
So Tyler's been talking about this for a while.
Okay, I don't talk about it all the time.
You've brought it up to me a number of times.
Okay.
And I'm like 20 years late, but yeah, I 2 nights ago I started Friends. So yeah, I never got it. I remember it was like going on while I was in like middle school or high school, and I just never got into it. But sometimes you do need a wind down show, like at night or whatever, and I feel like that's hitting the spot.
Yeah, and then for me, I guess if you want to get really confused, you watch the OA.
Yeah,
watch
that's a
that.
good one.
I have no idea what's going on, and I'm all about it.
That's a good show.
All right, moving on. Matt Wilson.
Okay, awesome. I was just wondering about when was the first time you heard one of your songs on the radio and what that experience felt like.
It's a weird feeling. You kind of always look at the radio as this gigantic, endless abyss of people. So when you hear yourself on it, it seems way bigger than it is. Like 50 billion people are listening to this right now is what it feels like, when really it's probably 1,000.
Thanks.
Hey, that's why we're here, trying to boost these numbers. But no, I remember the first time for me, I was in the car. I was in the back seat with a couple of buddies, and we were going to get something to eat. And I heard it on, and it was quieter because my buddy's radio wasn't very loud. And I remember thinking first, I was like, that's kind of weird. I didn't think he was a fan. And then, you get it, right? Put the mic up to your face and laugh. It's better. And then I realized, no, this is the radio, actually. It's the radio, Harry. It's a Dumb and Dumber quote. Anyway, and then I was like, guys, it's me. It's on there. Look, turn it up. And they turn it up. I'm like, oh, cool. So where do you want to eat? It's like, I guess McDonald's works. So that was it. That was the moment. It wasn't as glorious as I thought it would be, but it was perfectly normal.
Mine was I was riding my bicycle.
Dude, I like this one.
Yeah, it's
I forgot about that.
With a transistor radio?
no, it was like around the 4th of July. So I decided to
It's a holiday.
yeah, it's
in
in
the
America.
United States.
Yes, it's we celebrate with fireworks.
It's a big deal.
So in Columbus, there's like downtown, there's like 500,000 people that go down there and watch these fireworks and hang out. So I was gonna meet up with some people down there, and I decided to ride my bike. And but by the time I got down there, because there were so many people, the cell signal like doesn't work, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I hung out by myself the whole time. But the radio station in Ohio every year during these fireworks, they put together like a playlist for the fireworks that kind of like go along with the fireworks, I guess, which kind of doesn't, but
Like Fantasia?
yeah, it's like that, yeah. So, but they put our song on there, and I was by myself, and so I wanted to celebrate with somebody, but I kind of ended up just sitting by my bike on the
So
grass.
did it actually happen?
Yeah, well, no, it happened because everyone. Didn't you say that everyone
there-
kind of like turned and looked at you?
Yeah, it was in that moment there were like
you
people
were-
surrounding me
You
would
were by
like look
yourself.
at me and be like,
"That's not cool to be by yourself somewhere public and someone recognizes you." It's like, man, what's wrong with that guy?
with a helmet on.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
good
so
look.
it wasn't that cool. But I did feel cool in the moment.
Yeah.
Awesome. Carling, did you have two?
I was gonna ask for Mackenzie.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no worries.
So Mackenzie's just a little like scared to ask it, so I said I'd
I
ask
get
it
it.
for her. She said that since you and Jenna saw Endgame, she was wondering if you have any favorite Marvel movies.
You're saying because I saw the last one that I have a favorite previous one? See, you can do this. I just got you to say that. I don't know. I guess I kind of just showed up at the end and was like, sweet. I feel like a lot of people are very involved and kind of know the whole thing. You know, our buddy Mark knows every aspect of it. So any question we have, we usually throw his way. You know, like who's Captain America and stuff like that. And no, I really enjoyed the Captain America ones. Several of them. I watched a few of those. I did not see the Ant one. Skipped on that one. I didn't see the Thor ones actually, but I do enjoy him in the Avengers movies. So I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for, but yeah. Josh, you have one?
That question was not for me.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, Taylor.
Oh, hey guys. Just wondering, like we're similar in age, and it's hard to really like pin down like a genre for you guys. But during high school, what was your guys' kind of playlist? Like, what kind of bands you guys listened to, and give you the influence that got you to this point?
So we're both 19.
Going on 20.
Going on
so-
20.
so.
Man, it's hard to. We were just talking the other day how it's fun to go back and listen to songs and records and artists that you kind of forget that you listen to a bunch. And I mentioned an artist named Ben Folds. He plays the piano. He kind of is. There's a lot of aspects of what he does, even in a live setting, that I've drawn a lot of inspiration from. And I kind of forgot that I had. Man, we both like older pop punk stuff, like Reliant K or Cartel, and who else?
I was gonna say, is this on?
Yeah, can we turn him up? Can we turn me up too? I like me.
Still make him louder, but
Just a little.
but both of us louder. Yeah, I was thinking about this. I was gonna say Reliant K, and the reason why is because I remember like I would go and pick out like punk or pop punk albums that my parents didn't like at all. There's the volume. Yeah, my parents hated them, and so my dad would find like cleaner versions of those bands. And Reliant K, I got home one day from school, and there was like a couple CDs laid on my bed, CDs, and that was one of them. And so my dad got me into that band, and it's gone again. Which those guys actually know about that story now too. Which I think is funny.
So did we lose his mic, or is it working again? You want to grab another one?
Any of these work?
Oh my goodness.
There it is.
There. Yeah, basically Josh wanted to listen to music that was like, I hate my life. And his dad was like, why don't you listen to this music that's like, life's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mediocre.
Okay. Maddie. Maddie, where are you? Oh, there you are.
So I was just wondering if during the show you notice your fans getting emotional and how that makes you feel.
You want me to say emotional, don't you? I have a new thing where I'm not going to be forced to answer something you want me to say.
Okay.
I'm going to try that out. No, it's mean. No, I think that when we see it's tough because we play the songs every night, right?
Right.
And we're thinking about 50 different things that have nothing to do with really what the lyrics meant at that time. when I was writing it. We're thinking, don't fall over is one of them. Make sure you breathe in between this lyric and this lyric, because you know that if you don't, there's not another moment to breathe for a while, and you'll end up passing out. So there's things about even picking how often to breathe while singing or something that you kind of have to be aware of when you're performing. But I will say that the only thing that really gets me back to thinking about what the song meant to me when I wrote it, and now what does it mean to me where I am now in my life, is seeing our fans reacting to the song in the way that they do. And that is what, if we're prepared to play the show, if we've done the hard work, and we can kind of let all those other thoughts that are kind of technical thoughts become a bit more muscle memory, then we're able to go there and really appreciate and let the song do its healing and its work that it had done when we wrote the song. And the catalyst for that is watching you guys react to it. And so it's really important.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was better than you thought it was going to be done.
Okay, are you ready, Sam? Yes. Okay. You got this.
I just want to first of all say thank you for everything. My question is speaking to Bandito. The term solofelina is one that we know is a cry for help from Trench. But why did you specifically choose that phrase, and what was its significance to you before it turned into Trench?
It's from Thor, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't watch Thor.
Not the ant one?
It
No.
might be from the ant one. I don't know. It's good. God, I love you, man.
It's a good question, though.
No, that is a good question. So it's going to sound silly at first, and I hope it doesn't sound like it's not as important as it is, because it is an extremely important phrase for me. A part of my writing process, sometimes I'll write poetry, or I'll write lyrics first, and then you try to find the music that is always meant to be with that, and you think all dramatic. And other times you can happen upon music, whether it's a chord progression, a drum loop, a song structure, whatever it is, and then you're trying to search for the lyrics. Like, what are the notes in this song? What is the spirit of this song trying to say? And so you're trying to find the lyrics that are inside of that song. And for me, writing the record Trench, it was a giant, basically all of it was me trying to survive. I felt like I was going to be crushed at any moment trying to make that record. And I think a lot of it had to do with maybe following up what we had done previously. A lot of it had to do with all of a sudden there's a lot of people now who care about what we're going to release. In the past, it wasn't necessarily like that. I wasn't going to be ignorant to the fact that that's going to affect my writing in some way. How much of it will I let it affect? And how much will I block out? How much will I positively let it influence, like our fans, to influence what type of music we create next? So all these things kind of swirling around. And inside of that, trying to survive in the state of mind that I was in while writing the record, I also do something that's a little more of a habit, or maybe just a technical skill, to try to search for lyrics while music is playing. It's pretty embarrassing, actually. You just kind of say randomness, and you kind of use syllables, and there are certain syllables that phonetically are more pleasing to hold out, like the term. You wouldn't want to hold out term for very long, because that just sounds bad. So there's certain shapes that your mouth can make that actually work better for certain types of music, besides what it means. And so while writing the record and writing the song Bandito specifically, that phrase kept on coming up as just kind of the randomness for me to find the lyric, for me to find the melody inside of the music. And when it came time for me to be like, okay, now let me go find real words to make this make sense to all the normal people, I just had this moment. I was like, they're not normal either. Maybe they'll understand like what I was feeling, what emotion is inside of those words that seem like nonsense right now. And nothing gets me more excited than being able to fill meaning with something that previously didn't have meaning. And so I guess that's where that that phrase came from. Yeah.
Wow. That's a good question and a big answer.
Thor.
Allison.
Hello. I just want to know if you guys have like a favorite song to perform specifically from Trench.
No.
Not really.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we just moved on after that? That would be pretty awesome.
I had your back.
I mean, that was a yes
Huh?
or no.
I was going to be like, but what about from the whole catalog?
Yeah, we still would have been like, no.
That was a yes or no question. The mic's gone again, but.
Who needs it? Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Ah. Yeah.
We have found that anytime there's technical issues during a show, or even a situation like this, I feel like my theory is you guys will actually remember the mic not working way more than anything else we said today. So embrace it. And we just had a moment together. And it happens in our show all the time where something doesn't work or we mess up. And in the past, I'm sorry, we're dodging your question. In the past, we've feared that moment. Whoa, something went wrong. Everything is messed up. Terrible show. I think as we matured and understood kind of how, maybe an audience watches a show, it's actually interesting to watch a band or an artist work through something that obviously you could tell was not planned. And so it kind of really helped us learn how to perform, to not worry about when the mic doesn't work. And then, Joe comes up and fixes it. I don't know if your name's Joe. You look like a Joe.
And there's no band or artist that's ever not had things go wrong on stage, and the more that we interact with people, or if I like go see a show of somebody that I know, there's been so many times where I'll talk to them after and they're just like, yeah, all this stuff was going wrong. So you do learn how to work through it, but also sometimes we just like to be transparent about it because that can be the best way. So
my blood.
Veronique. She's also working a camera.
So I'm pretty new here. I've never heard of you guys ever. Just want to know how you guys met.
You're like really new here, huh?
it was at a pet store.
Yeah. I was working there.
Yeah.
And you came in because you were trying to get
A hamster.
Trying to get a new hamster because what happened to your old one?
My old one.
Joe.
My old hamster. It had something wrong with his lung capacity was really bad. But so when I got the wheel for him to run on, it actually killed him. And so he had an issue with being able to breathe correctly during cardio. So I was super bummed, actually, because it happened that day that I went in to go get a new one. We can look back and laugh now. But so, yeah, but I was nearly in tears.
He was a broken man when he came into the pet store.
Yeah. And so Tyler was there working the front desk, and he saw that I was in pain, and he came over to me, and he was just like, "How can I help you?" And I told him the story about my hamster, and he guided me right to the new one. There was a light shining right on it, like it was like from the Lord.
Fresh 2009 edition.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, how can you tell me anything about this hamster's lungs?" And he was like, "I can guarantee that these are lungs of steel." And
They're very long lungs. As far as he had the lungs of a guinea pig.
And so from that moment, I was like,
You're not supposed to laugh when I say that because we've lived through this already.
No, I know, but looking back, it is fond memories, and that's where the laughter is coming from. So, but from that, I said this has been a pretty tough experience, and do you think I could get your number in case there's anything goes wrong with this hamster? I could get some like technical support, and so I called him the next day. Nothing was wrong, but I just wanted to say thanks again, and then Tyler was like, "Hey, would you want to start a band?" And then we did.
Awesome. Okay, last question is coming from Mark. Mark, there you are.
All right, guys. You guys been around. You guys are on a massive worldwide tour right now, and Toronto stop right now. Go Raptors, of course, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite city around the world, aside from Toronto, aside from Ohio, or not Ohio, the state of Ohio, anywhere? Where do you guys like to play, and why?
Anywhere in the Bay Area. I'm kidding.
Silent.
Because Golden State. Never mind. No, actually, I'm rooting for the Raptors, even though I believe they're gonna get swept. Sorry. I am. I'm rooting for you guys. I think that it would be great, but it's just not gonna happen. But we'll have fun.
take it.
We'll have fun watching it. Favorite place we've been? Do you have something?
Yeah. So, well, yeah, we love Canada. We've been here for the past like week and a half, and all the shows have been super fun. I think some that now, are you talking about to play a show or to like visit, hang out? Okay. Because those can be different, but I think, man, we have the best fans ever. So we go all around the world, and I mean, honestly, we're blown away by when we step on stage and for the first time of the night, and just see how many people look like you guys and have kind of totally invested. So it is really hard. It's hard to kind of like pick ones out. I would say we just played in South America, and we don't really get to go down there too much. But those ones stood out for sure. And then Mexico. As far as shows, those are great.
I have one.
You do?
We played in the Ukraine for the first time this year, and it was really awesome. So, other than that, we like being home more than most things. Anyway.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to the 21 Pilots fan press conference, and thank you for having something like a fan press conference. They asked me, like, how many of these have you done? And I'm like, none. Because this isn't something that happens very often, to have the questions asked by the fans. So let's have a round of applause for Tyler and Josh. And I know everybody is really, really stoked for the show, but we're going to get you to stay in your seats, and then we'll grab a few photos. You can group with your friends, and we'll call you out there.